Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a quick shout out and say hey and hello and welcome to my channel and welcome to my community. Welcome. I just wanted to do a quick recap about myself, who I am, and how I started the tarot. It started for me about 20 years ago when I used to just read palms. I studied and learned palmistry, but I learned that palmistry, the lines in our hands, really just talk about the characteristics, personality, the features of us. It really couldn't divinate your future. So anybody who reads your palms and is divinating, they're not divinating off the lines in your hands. They're divinating by channeling, if anything. So I didn't realize that's what was going on with me. And that was happening to me in all of my 20s. And, I used to do it as a joke when I used to go out with friends, drinking, whatever, as a parlor trick. Until, a few weeks later, people started coming up to me and they were saying, hey, that thing you said the other day when we were out drinking, it came true. I'm like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even taking it seriously. So anyway, come moving fast forward, about a few years later, I started my spiritual awakening. I started my spiritual journey, and the journey doesn't come on, overnight. Usually something profound happens in our life, which puts us on it. We say to ourselves, you know what? I think there's things in my life I need to change, and how's the best way to do that for myself? And that usually typically starts with something like this, where you start searching. You'll go to YouTube and you'll see some channels like ourselves where we can help you mitigate fallout through tarot readings and whatnot. There's also spiritual classes, there's readings, there's understanding of the art form of spirituality, which is how it started for me as well, because I was searching for something bigger and better of myself. And so I put myself on that journey. And usually there's three levels of spirituality and learning spirituality. And the first one is indifference. That's what it's titled. That's what it's called. But in indifference, it tells you you're woken too. Anyway, moving on. I had something happen that was significant in my life that was really, really sad, and it kind of broke me, and it kind of told me, something here has to change, and you need to evolve as a person. So I went on a trip around the world. I met some few fabulous people. There was one specific person, and I find them to be absolutely unique in my life. This person's name is Elias. And interesting, because his name is, Elias means bringer of light. So it's like he enlightened me, which is the truth, because one day I was doing this whole palm reading thing on him. He's like, that comes from somewhere. He goes, and you've been neglecting it. You should not be neglecting that gift. You should be harnessing it. So then I started studying how I could harness this, and then I started studying the tarot. And so I was coupling my gifts, my channeling gifts, along with tarot, and this is where I ended up being. But I will tell you, I did struggle with doing this. So for me, I was working in the corporate world. I was working in the fashion industry as a production manager, mass producing designs, etc. And then I said to myself one day during the pandemic, I'm like, enough, because I was tiptoeing into both worlds, my corporate life and doing tarot readings. Finally, after the pandemic had ended, I said, you know what, there's nothing to be embarrassed about embracing this as your full-time life option, to go out there and tell people about spirituality and how it can help them or wake people certain to. And I will give credit to a lot of friends in my life. They know who they are. They've given me a lot of love and support to help me reach this point in time. But there was somebody that I was seeing, somebody I was dating at the time. I'm no longer with this person, but they had said something significant to me. I'm sure they didn't think it was that important, but what they said had set me off, and it pushed me to follow this pursuit, this dream full time. So here I am. I'm saying hello, and now I'm opening a community board to all of you guys that you so may choose to share your journey. Feel free, because you never know who this might enlighten, who this might help, or what you can say to help change somebody's course of life altogether. All right, and that's all I have for you in this video. Please follow me on YouTube. Of course, be a member, and you can catch some of those perks, as you can see written in the membership bar. as well as catching my weekly videos. You don't have to watch the videos, but definitely be a part of the community. Definitely share. I would love to hear how your journey is going. And until then, guys, much love.